What's up, guys? Alan with Frost Collectibles. This is the full-length video that I was mentioning on my Instagram the other day. I want to start off by saying I'm no Greg Morris cards. I'm no Chris Sewell. I'm not here to tell anybody what to buy, how to collect. Hey, what's up? Editor Alan here. Just doing a little editing, not that I do much editing in any of my videos, and I wanted to clarify this part where I mentioned Chris Sewell and Greg Morris. I didn't want to make it seem like they tell people what's cool to buy or what to collect or what they should or shouldn't be into. Chris Sewell is the exact opposite. He tells everyone collect what they love. You might see me pop up a couple more times to correct some verbiage or a couple stats that might be wrong. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it. See you in a little bit. Right out of the gate, there's plenty of people I PC that are not good investments because I love them as players. Second thing, collect what you enjoy. I mean, that kind of goes back to the first thing. I'm not here to disparage Ultra Modern. I'm just here to point out some facts about value and the market and the way it holds vintage versus Ultra Modern. And I know there's plenty of rare exceptions of one-of-ones and crazy patch autos and the Shohei Ohtanis, but for the most part, 9 out of 10 prospects go bust, and their card prices are not commensurate with what they've accomplished. I'm going to start out with the first example here. Jason Dominguez, right? So we've got a auto numbered out of 75, rated rookie. Just the Bowman Chrome first. This card in 2020 and 2021 was selling for about $300 to $340. The kid was 16 years old. Maybe he might have been 17 in 2020. You know what else you could have bought for the exact same price of this card, which is now worth on average 40, 50 bucks? You could have got a Frank Robinson PSA 4 rookie, one of the best players of all time. 1957 vintage. You could have got a Mickey Mantle PSA 5 1962 All-Star. You could have got 2 Ricky Henderson PSA 7 rookie cards. You could have got 2 81 Joe Montana rookie cards, a PSA 7 and a PSA 5, for the price that you would have paid for this card. And this card is now worth, like I said, about 40, 45, 50 bucks, somewhere in there. This card was more valuable before you'd ever played a single game in the majors than it is now. Almost by a factor of 7 or 8, something like that. He played 8 games last year. I know this is a very small sample size, but in those 8 games, he hit 4 home runs and had 8 hits. If you'd extrapolate that out to a whole season, he'd have 80 home runs and about 160 hits. 980 OPS, 677 slugging. Everything points to him being a stud, but his card was worth 7-8 times more when he was a teenager, a kid who'd never stepped foot on a major league mound. And in the Instagram post that I put up the other day, I kind of mock it a little bit, buying prospecting cards. I don't seek these out a lot of times. They come in collections, but I do wind up with quite a few of them. Wander Franco, a guy I was huge on, and I think has played phenomenally. This is just his basic paper Bowman first rookie card. These were going for 110, 115 all day long before he'd played a game in the majors. You can buy them for 20 bucks, 25 bucks, free shipping right now. The guy's had 270 games and he's got 11 and a half WAR. He's doing great. I know there's off the field controversy. We're not going to get into that, but I guess the point that I'm trying to get at is, even if Jason Dominguez or Wander Franco happens to be the 1 in a million and be better than Ricky Henderson, or be better than Mickey Mantle, or be better than Frank Robinson. Well, I mean, I had one more example. For the price of the Jason Dominguez, you could have got 4 Don Mattingly Donruss 1984 rookies. God, sorry about the glare. Or you could have got a PSA 6 George Brett, a PSA 9 Don Mattingly, and a PSA 9 Jose Canseco, the 2 Donruss rookie, 2 of the biggest cards of the 80s, and the George Brett and a PSA 6. I'm willing to bet if I asked most people right now what they would rather have, if it was this Jason Dominguez card, or these 3, or the 2 Joe Montanas, or the Frank Robinson, or the Mickey Mantle, or the 2 Ricky Hendersons, I'd be blown away if anyone picked this card. That is the outcome for most of these prospects. A couple more. Spencer Torkelson. I slur every time I say his name. Spencer Torkelson. Bad first year, negative WAR. But this is a Pop 1 Chrome Sapphire Gold numbered to 15. So it's a rare insert card. I can't sell this for 150 bucks, and it's a very rare limited insert card. Riley Green. Both of these, by the way, top 5 prospects over the last couple of years before they came into the league. Both of them were in the top 5. The Riley Green is a Bowman Sterling auto numbered out of 10 in mint condition. I think I've had this up for 120, 130 for 9 months. Can't sell it. These guys, Spencer came back and had a much better year this year. Riley Green had a good year this year. I don't know what people expect out of their prospects and young players to validate the card prices. These cards were probably both worth more and would have sold before these guys stepped in a major league game. Ronald Acuna Jr. This is just the regular Topps update debut rookie. I had about 50 of these. And a couple years ago, year and a half ago, I used to sell them for 20, 22 bucks all day long. I can't sell him for 12 bucks now, and he has been an absolute stud. His last year was amazing. I don't know what it takes to get people. I mean, it's like the price peaks before they ever play a game or in their first year, and then unless you're Shohei or Mike Trout, it just drops off. Blake Snell. This is a patch auto, numbered to 10, Blake Snell, 2-time Cy Young, refractor. I had it on auction for $33 3 weeks in a row. Couldn't sell it. I think I have it at 30 on eBay right now. An auto, numbered to 10, with the tricolor patch. Can't sell it. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. There's just been so many of these guys. Ellie De La Cruz, he was the next big thing. Can't sell his cards nowadays. Fernando Tatis, you know, the one alleged steroid hiccup, his card's worth half the price. Randy Arozarena, Yordan Alvarez. This is a numbered patch out of 35. Really cool patch, 3-color patch. All of these prospects, 95% of them are not going to pan out in the long run. I don't want that to deter people from collecting what they want to collect and who they like to collect. I'm focusing more on the financial aspect, and I'm focusing more on the dealer aspect. If you have money to put into cards, vintage Hall of Famers, vintage Hall of Fame rookies, those are your blue chip stocks. And breakers, wow, I mean, I would like to find out a place where I can see how often small breakers, big breakers, the people buying the breaks make their money back or are happy with the card or felt like they got in return what they paid for. I'm willing to bet it's 85-15. 15% of people are probably happy with what they got. 15% of people that put $500 down on a box of National Treasures and, you know, get a card that's worth a couple grand. But I'm willing to bet 85% of people leave disappointed. One of the biggest mysteries to me is J-Rod. The guy had an amazing season, and his card prices have gone down. Numbered stuff, colored stuff, parallels, refractors, chrome, short prints. Unless it is super exclusive, the price on it's gone down. I don't think there's too many vintage Hall of Famers you can say that about. I know there was massive market correction over the past few years. 2020, the pandemic, everyone gets into the hobby, prices skyrocket, and they've been leveling off, and people that aren't long-term collectors probably lost a lot of money and said, what is this? This is garbage. If you look at the area that got hit the least, that took the least amount of damage, it's vintage Hall of Famers. There's still vintage Hall of Fame rookie cards that have gone down, but it's just because their cards went up by 80% over the course of a year and a half, and that's unnatural growth. Prospecting and new players, unless you're MLB inside and you work in a ball club and you know that this guy is going to be the next Willie Mays or Mickey Mantle, I wouldn't go out and buy any of them. Like I said, I come across them when I buy collections sometimes, but as a dealer trying to make money, I'm sticking with vintage Hall of Famers and fan favorites. When I say vintage Hall of Famers, I'm not talking exclusively vintage Hall of Famers. Barry Bonds, you know, Roger Clemens, rare 90s inserts, Don Mattingly, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, these guys that are huge fan favorites that accomplished stuff. Steroids or not, that's not the point here. They had full careers and they played well, way above average. There's going to be another part to this video. I feel like I have some more things to say, but I need to find the right way to phrase it before I do. But that was basically what I wanted to express and expand upon in that little video on Instagram. Is if you're doing this for any financial reason, put your money in vintage Hall of Famers. If not, collect what you love. For people that say that vintage is going to die eventually, I'm 40. I didn't watch any of these guys play. I watched Ricky Henderson play a couple times. I watched Joe Montana play a couple times. But I didn't see Frank Robinson. I didn't see Mickey Mantle. I didn't see Willie Mays. I didn't see Hank Aaron. If you're a true fan of baseball, you will want to eventually find out the history of baseball and who's possibly going to break whose record and who set the records and who was the best. And there's a huge nostalgia piece. For me personally, why I love vintage and always have is when I watch old baseball clips, it reminds me of a better time. Everyone's at the ballpark. It's community. It's back when America was the greatest generation and you knew who lived on your block and you played baseball out front with your neighbors. Today's a different world. And when I hold a vintage card like a Mickey Mantle or a Frank Robinson or something like that, it reminds me of a better time that I wish I could have grown up in, honestly. I mean, I wish I had the chance to grow up in that era. And I might be the odd man out on that, but go watch baseball classics on ESPN and watch old games. Every ballpark is packed. Every fan is having an amazing time. Baseball was truly America's pastime. Baseball players were idolized by kids. They were role models. It's just a lot different than it is nowadays. The second part of this video that I'm gonna get into is the other reason why prospecting probably won't pan out in the long run, but my battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna have to get some charge on this battery and come back and formulate that thought a little better so that I can explain the difference between collecting 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, even 90s versus collecting now. And there are major differences, and I think it's going to lead to value not sticking around in a lot of ultra modern cards and even modern cards. But we've got 1 minute left on battery. There'll be a second part to this. Hopefully I'll get this up in the next day or two. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Alan, Frost Collectibles. Give a like or subscribe. Small channel, trying to grow. Leave a comment if you have something you want discussed on here. Have a good day.